Good afternoon, YouTube. It's me, always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, we have a big show coming up this weekend. We just had another show, Saturday, and it was actually Friday and Saturday. But the fact was that the certain division that was part what I talked about wasn't on the show on Saturday. That was women's bodybuilding. We did have the Texas Pro, and Texas Pro is one of the biggest shows for women's body for physique division, where you get a nice prize. You get at least $15K, at that show, and I want to say congratulations to the winner, and that is one Mrs. Ivy Rain. As you know, almost been about I think about a couple weeks ago, where Ivy was competed at the the Tampa Bay Pro, and Ivy, she won the show, and she walked away with probably the biggest payday for women's physique, and that is $15,000. That's good. That's a good chunk of change. I know last year who won the show was Mr. MuscleTalk won last year. And the year before that was the show's debut, was back in 2021, and that was the year Ashley Jones won. So congratulations to Ivy Rain. I think, and also she's planning on competing this weekend, which is the show coming up, is the Master Shows. You have Sarah Vegas and her trophy. Sarah, she's been putting up money for some of these shows. I just got one of my little birdies told me that also, the Triple O's coming up next year. That's a big show. It's going to be a show that's going to be sponsored by the current 3-time and going to be 4-time Miss Olympia champion and women's bodybuilder, Andrea Shaw. The 6-time, probably going to be 7-time, figure champion, Cindy Gillen, and also the 2-time fitness champion Whitney Jones are coming together. And also Sarah's putting her hand in it. That she's going to put some money for I believe for the women's physique division. I said that Sarah should give her hands in this, but because it's truthfully, women's physique need representation, But like I said, congratulations to Ivy Rain. I was in contact with her. Been in contact. Maybe soon later we'll get to do interview, and she has an impressive physique. I mean, she's good shoulders, good definition, detail in the shoulders. I think she really made adjustments after it was just barely 2 weeks since barely a week since the Tampa, but she made adjustments and came in better condition. But instead again, congratulations to her, and she has a show coming up within another in a few days. This is Ivy at the Texas Pro. Impressive physique. She looked really good. Good conditioning. Yes, the thing. And here, she looks great. So congratulations to Evie, depending on how you call her, but most people go by Evie. So anyway, we got people coming through here now. We got a man. Balls deep. He says, "I'll go balls deep in those ladies." That's the picture he has. They saw on the for the video. Also, we have here a man, KL, in the blackest day, in the brightest night. Let your fears be in yellow light. Whatever he says. He says, "What up, George? Hey, what up to you?" Also, we had Raheem Hamilton saying, "Damn, all those women are fire." Yeah, that was a physique division. Also, he says this: she's not going to win. It's for a 4th time. She is, Raheem. She is. He said this. He says she needs to go in women's bodybuilding to the big show now. Well, it's not. Ivy's not going to do that. Ivy's not going to go to women's bodybuilding. She has stated that several times that she'll never go up to women's bodybuilding. She's not. She's going to stick in physique as long as she can. As long as she's placed in the winning shows, she's going to stick in physique. But I'm going to respond to who's going to beat Andrea Raheem. I don't see anybody. You keep saying about Natalia, keep saying about Christina, but they are too flawed. Like I said, one thing I said again, Christina's not even enough. She's not. She still lacks size in the upper body, not as proportioned, not with the good details, and sometimes she don't come in condition. You talk about Natalia Kovaleva. One thing about her is her huge jugs. They're too big. They take away from the physique. Those, even in Angela Yo, she looks good, but Angela still is a bit undersized. So Ruth again, Raheem, your synopsis has been debunked, and Andrea's going to win for a fourth time. Mark my words. So anyway, folks, as I was saying, this is a discussion about should master shows be Olympic qualification, and I think it should. I mean, you're still a pro level competitor. You should get the opportunity to go to Olympia. As you know, coming up this weekend is the Olympia Master Show. It's coming up this. I think it's starting this from I think that's Saturday to Sunday, the 25th. I think the 25th and the 26th. Or was it? No, yeah, the 26th and 27th. And let me check my calendar if I am wrong. I believe that's the. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be from that Saturday to that Sunday, and that's in another 4 days. That day is Monday, and this is a show where it is the return of the Masters. Back then, the Master Olympia was mostly the men's open division. It was mostly men's bodybuilding. And this time, it's all 10 divisions, and the guidelines for it is all competitors must be 40 and over, and this show is by invitation. And also part of that show is also going to have the Olympia Eastern European amateur show, which is also that is a pro qualified. And this is Wing Straight's been promoted this. It's in what's that place again? It's Choluca, whatever they call it, Choluca, Romania. It's a place where probably we might have it there because it don't cost as much to have it in another country as compared to having it in the States. But a lot of people still have to travel all the way to Romania. This is more advantage to maybe competitors who live in that side of the world. But they've been promoting. We just straight step, promoting it. Jay Cutler is probably taking part of it, as Alina Popa is one of the promoters, and she's backed by Wing Strength. Okay, and here you go.
Stream of the Masters Olympia this August 26, 27 at Cluj-Napoca in Romania. I'm your host, Billy, and I'm here with our very, very special guest, the one and only four-time Mr. O, Jay Cutler. Jay, it's a great pleasure to have you. Thank you, sir, and especially as our guest of honor for the Masters Olympia. You got to be excited. 11 years it's taken for us to get here. What do you got to say about it? It's amazing.
Listen, I'm super excited. I mean, it's been a long time. Actually, I competed in Romania back in 2006. I won a contest there. And it's like you said, it's been 11 years since we've seen this Masters contest come to fruition. But the most important thing is there's a lot more divisions now. This isn't just an open men's bodybuilding, which of course is my game. But now you have, of course, classic physique and men's physique, and you have all the women's stuff. It's going to be amazing, actually.
Yeah, we're actually very excited. First time 10 divisions is going to be at the Masters. And as we get into the Masters, we have our one and only producer, promoter extraordinaire from Romania, Alina Popa. Alina, talk us through what we can expect this year.
I'm extremely excited this show with Masters Olympia coming to Romania after 11 years, and then it comes back in that area. And the reason it comes back in that area is because we have a huge fitness crowd. Bodybuilding has a lot of fans in the area, and that is perfect because we also have the Olympia Amateur Eastern Europe in that area, which you know very well that you emceed last year. It also attracts a lot of athletes. So this is going to be a huge event for Eastern Europe, a huge event for Romania.
All right, what's going on, bodybuilding world? Welcome.
Well, like I said, it's a big event. As you know, it's also this show is Olympic qualification, meaning that whoever win in each division qualifies for the Olympia. I see on the cover the people they use for the cover for it's like you have Jessica Petitez-Reyes, who just competed at the Texas Pro, and also you have Ivy Rain, also just competed at the Texas Pro. Don't pay attention to the guys, as I know. As you know, some of the women, I most definitely know Donna Salib is going to be there. She says this is going to be this is the second show for her since New York. Also, Hell Suicide dropped. Lloyd Conley. This is gonna be her first. Her and Amy Jimenez is gonna. They both their debut as pros. And here you go. We got the great Mr. Ronnie Coleman, the legend himself. Great guy. Still working out. That's I think that's a Phil Clare. This is the list, I believe. No, that's not. That's not Ronnie. It looks like Ronnie. It almost looks like Ronnie. And it's like I said, it's a stacked house. At one point, there was going to be 45 and over for the women's bodybuilding division, but because there was not enough, people, making applications, and many of the women who are still kind of, not as 45 yet, so they changed the qualification to 40 plus. Now, this is the prize money. And you break it down, men's open is going to get $20,000 for first place and 10 after that. And then the lowest for men's open is $2,000. While all the other divisions, first place is $10,000, for all the other divisions. And thousands for fifth place. That's still kind of, but $10,000 for first place, that's a pretty good chunk of change compared to some, shows that are pro qualifiers. Yeah, that's our Olympic qualifiers. But it's still a good chunk of change, This is some of the lists, and as I said, we're just gonna, we ain't gonna focus too much on the guys, like I said. But we know here on the list here we have Abby Jimenez, Barbara Mongjing, Cheryl Mears, who competed in Chicago in women's bodybuilding. Also, I think she did Tampa women's bodybuilding physique. Dana Shemish, who hadn't competed in I think at least 5-6 years, but she's switching from physique to women's bodybuilding. Donna Sleeve, the lovely Miss Evangeline Guzman, Jay Fuchs, Leah Dini, Lloyd Conley, Marcella Venez, Maria Sangura, Michelle Brent, Roshana Boswell, Sarah Mate, Tana Huey, Vera Medikolova, and Virginia Sanchez. So, that's at least about 12 to 13 ladies in this show. We hope that they all get to make it. Some things, the cost of traveling it can be a real stress on. So anyway, my thoughts is, should, master shows be Olympic qualification? If that just this over the weekend, while they had the Texas Pro, another show was going on. And this show was the Max Fit show. And it's a show where it's masters. You have competitors going as far as up from, I think, 40 to 50 plus, I believe. And, a lot of, it was not a lot of competitors. Some women compete, like I think it was one woman competing in one class, in each. I think she's doing 40, 45 and over, and, I think 50 and over. And then there's some others with maybe 2 or more. But that's the problem, is that if there's not enough competitors, how are they going to do it? Well, this is how you do it. You do it just like if the masters have to pay to compete, you do it the same way as you do with the pros. I mean, with the amateurs. Each person, the person that wins in their class, fights for overall chance. It's like getting your pro card. There's an overall show. You say where you can squeeze it in somewhere, and then the overall, if you have enough competitors left, okay, if you have women competing, 35 and over, 40 and over, 40, 45 over, 50, 55 over, and if there's at least, if as long as not, enough women, that's maybe, I would say 4 or 5 competitors. You're going to have some women competing 2 or 3 times in, depending each in the class. Like one example is Lenora Grayson. Lenora Grayson's on the cover of this video, and Lenora, she competes in 40 and over, 45 over, sometimes 55 over, and 50 and over. And sometimes she has won those divisions, those classes. But others who, or like maybe the women who are 30 and over, 35 and over, and 40 and over, that Lenora, if Lenora's like in that class, whoever's the overall winner, they compete in overall for Olympic qualification. Does it make sense? I don't know if it does. And I still believe that the Master Show should be part of the main Olympia. It says an invitation, so you can invite the competitors there. They don't have to go all the way to Romania. They're part of the main Olympia. And even those competitors who are over 40 who qualified by winning can also double dip if they lack. You can do it like they do it with Tampa, they do it in Chicago. They do a couple of shows that have masters. They do the masters first before they do the open. Now, that's what Tim Gardner do with his shows. He'll have the masters the day before the open shows first, get them out of the way. And then the next day it's the open shows. So, I just want to get everybody's thoughts. Like KL, he's here. So KL, you want to come in, just click the link. Anybody wants to come in and talk? Because I sent the link to my brother, Big Keith. He might be busy today. We might talk about something that might, later on this week. But, this is, like I said, a lot of these master competitors, now that the point system is gone, the master shows opportunity for competitors who, especially the Master Olympians, it's opportunity for competitors who don't, it's going to be tough for them to stand against some of these much younger competitors, And if this Masters is a great way to qualify for the Olympia, then it should get more. It should be, like I said again, it should be part of the mainstream Olympia, not like an offside show. Still Olympic qualification, but still, make it part of the main show. I think also where a lot of competitors, like I was talking with Keith Holmes and Daphne, they want to do that show. They would love to do that show, especially if it was going to be part of the main Olympia. It's right there in Florida. They live in Florida. They won't have to go jet clear across to the other side of the world. It costs too much. It does. That's like, he said like $4,000 or $5,000. They got to, just buy the tickets. The cost of find a place to stay at, and then training, the food, and everything. It's tough. There was one story where somebody was going out of town, something like that. Just going to another state. It takes some whey powder with them. And then it was tested positive for some substance. They thought it was banned substance, like maybe cocaine or something. They lost their whey powder. I think it was an interview. I think who was it with? I think it was David was interviewing one of these ladies. Miss Andrea Wellington, and she was interviewed with David with over Female Body Reform. How she was getting on a plane, they stopped, they searched her, and they found a whey powder, and it was tested positive for something. And then because some of those pre-workout stuff does have some slight bit of certain materials in them, and she couldn't take it out to a plane with her. She had to find it someplace else when she got to to Tampa. So it could be. This is what could help a lot of competitors who don't want to travel other side of the world. If the Masters Olympia was closer to the States, Also, I think coming up just a week after is another show, and that is the Gary Unit Masters World Championships. Now that show was started last year, and I know somebody's competed that show, and it was a pretty good show. It's in Pittsburgh, I believe, and Pittsburgh is the mecca for a lot of shows around there. Especially you have the Manions there. You have the Pittsburgh Pro. You have also I believe they have the coming up also this week, I believe, is the the North Americans, which is a pro qualifier. And they in the North Americans and the Team Collegiate and Masters shows are the only few shows where they have Masters class. There's also there's the USA's Masters. That's on the muscle contest. While all the other Olympic, pro qualifiers, most of them don't have Masters class. You don't have the over 40, 40 and up and 50 and up classes. You just have basically the divisions. But because there's so many growing number of competitors coming to the sport, later in life, it's just they have to expand on it. There you go. Oh, he gets his man. He says, not home to come to StreamYard. Oh, that's all right, brother. I understand. But I'm not. It's been a while since I got to sit here and do solo, but I do appreciate y'all coming here and listening. But the fact is, I think this is a good show. And it should be an Olympia qualification. It makes some sense. I know you have different classes of the show, but it should be like any other of these shows that are Olympic qualifications. And here, like I said, we also we have the North Americans coming up. That's coming up next week. And that's within the same week as the Masters Olympia, the Masters championships, and like I said again, they have the different classes, and I know some people I did an interview with Heather Tillery, who got a pro card there. I know Brittany Parrish, who I did an interview a while back. She's going to do a show, I believe. Just saw Hiran Hussein, who competed at the Texas Classic in women's physique, and she's competing this show also. I thought she was going to do the Mississippi National, but she dropped out because it was only her and another girl. So she said she did a national qualifier, a regional qualifier, you might call it, to do this show, which is a national qualifier. So I wish the best to all those ladies competing the week after next, or next week. But it's like I said, I still believe that there should be more opportunities for the older competitors coming in here. Here goes Kia says, Dave be having those women to his podcast like hotcakes. Yeah, Dave's doing pretty good, and he like I said, with him, he's in I would say he's in the belly of the beast. He's in Florida, and there's a lot of ladies that live in that area, so he can reach out to them a lot better than I can. He can get more connected to it. Like he just interviewed a lady by the name Miss Lisa Arnold, who just competed at Tampa about a couple of weeks ago. He's got an interview. Funny thing, he also interviewed in McCowan, who lives here in my home city of North Carolina. I was in contact with her, but he does pretty good. I think shout out to Dave. I mean, his channel is growing. We hope to see him more in the future. He's put in some good work. So anyway, with these master shows, opportunities is great for competitors who, especially if it's, you got to compete with much younger competitors. Yes, a good number of the women in the sport are, at least in their mid 30s up to their 40s that do pretty good. Some even their early 20s, late to mid 20s. But generally, most of the women in bodybuilding start really hitting the peak around about their 40s. But some women come into sport like later in life, especially the ones that stopped and had kids and and got into bodybuilding because they put on weight and they felt like they want to get a little healthier and they found a passion for it. Like when I was talking with Janice Santiago, she's a lovely lady, and she's great lady. I hope she does get an opportunity to compete and get a pro card. I think, like I said, she had just had breast surgery a while back. She really wants to fully heal. And then she did get a show, but she didn't do as well because the show that didn't have women's bodybuilding, just had physique. But she said if she comes in tighter and better condition, she'll most definitely do a lot better. I hope to see more next year. But as you know, my man Big Keith, he competed in Masters. And I think for the show, it was the Baltimore Pro. Masters, if it's Baltimore Pro Masters, and that was a while back. He didn't, I think that was a show where there wasn't a lot of ladies in that show. I think you had like last year you had women in 35, 40, and 50, and other notable names for that show. There was Michelle Britt competed that show, and some other ladies. I think they will double dipping, doing women's bodybuilding and women's physique. And that you get that opportunity. This is what I learned. You can do both women's bodybuilding and physique, and because all you got to do is pay before a certain time, and that's what it gives some competitors opportunities to, okay, if I don't do well this division, I can go over and do this division. And and I think this one chick, Becky Short, she was double dipping. She was doing both women's bodybuilding and women's physique last year. And the master shows, like I said again, a lot of promoters make some money off of them because they're very popular. Great opportunities for competitors who are to compete that are within the same age range or may even have similar physiques. It's harder with somebody like it's a lot tougher for someone like maybe a Donna Salib to stand alongside someone like Michaela Aycock, who's much younger, or even as you saw Helen Trevino stepped away this year. She's not competing at the Olympia, and Hella's not nearly 50. Irene Anderson, she's about 55, 56. I know I saw Savannah. I felt like she should have did the master show because Savannah had the master shows too. And I think she should have did master. She could have won. Hey, you got at least about $700. But I think she still feel like she could compete alongside women in the open. I talked to some ladies who looked very impressive. I said, hey, why don't you just go ahead and do open? And nah, they were actually with masters. Right now, I talked to a lady who just competed at Tampa, and she competed in masters. And also, she double dipped. She was doing women's physique and women's bodybuilding. But it's a tough thing to do, to compete and being somebody 40 to 50 plus and trying to represent yourself, But anyway, folks, this show, I hope this is my hoping for the Olympia Masters. I hope that it does well. Because as you know, with the point systems gone, a lot of competitors who usually get into Olympia by points, they have a tough time trying to win a show. Especially when you have to compete with much younger competitors. And that's the thing is, when you have somebody who's in better shape, better conditioning, even with this person who is much older, comes in good condition, it's tough to beat somebody who comes in better condition than you. Some women still holding their own. Like a good example, Jessica Reyes, who just competed at Texas, and still she's holding her own, competing with much younger women. She's in her mid 40s now, but Jessica just got a certain look about her. Ivy Rain, she's also in that age group. What did surprise me was Rashana when she applied. I didn't think Rashana was, I thought Rashana was really closer. I thought Rashana maybe in her late 30s. I didn't think she was like 40. I said, but hey, it's she still looks good for it's I feel like Rashana might be the person to beat at this show. This is just my theory. I think it's going to be between Rashana and maybe, I would say, Leah Denny or Jay Fuchs. I think that's going to be the possible contenders for the Olympia. Here you go. The man from Money KL, he says, I hope Hannah get her pro card in that. Yeah, I hope she does too. She's working hard for it. But Michelle looks pretty impressive. And one thing is, I think one thing she often been her issue has been a backside. And also one thing, yeah, it says it's the tattoos. Yeah, I can't agree with you that. So yeah, because tattoos do kind of take away from the overall look of physique and aesthetic wise, because people look at the body, you know, and you see all the tats. It takes away just some parts of the bodies you're looking at. I think some judges have often penalized some competitors about getting tattoos, having tattoos, and it's up to you if you're fan tattoos, understand, they can affect how you place and how you do well in show. In the past, their past couple of shows, um, Charlotte done pretty good, but this year I know she had competed since the Puerto Rico Pro. No, not since the Olympia. She did pretty good at Puerto Rico. Now people gonna say, well, it was only like 3 women at that show, but who cares? There's 3 women that come, there's 3 were there, and Rashada won. Maybe there's more competition, and she might do a little better. Now, like I said, I follow Lady Didi too, and Leah looks pretty good, especially for a woman in her 50s. You gotta remember, Leah is in her 50s, and you wouldn't think, wow, she's in her 50s, mother of 3 kids. She has a great personality about her. She's getting ready. I mean, she's just about a few days out, and from some I see, she looks impressive. She did pretty good the last couple of at the Rise of Phoenix. She was climbing up. She was like she was fourth place. Meaning, she beat someone like Mona Persolate. But Lena's pretty good. Yeah. Kate Lee is like this woman's like about. She just had a birthday about a few months ago, and you wouldn't think she's in her early 50s. Amazing. Okay, here from KL says, oh, so that's why he gets those women on. He's a Florida, I'm in New York, and some women here, it's not always easy. No, KL, yeah, I can tell you the truth, it's not easy. That's why I'm on IG and talking to some ladies and getting contact and try to it's a lot of work. I know you're not home. I wish you could talk to me, say your thoughts of it. My man Raheem says she's fired. Yeah, she's fired. Now, one lady who I felt she was certain she was going to make this show because she applied for it. She wanted to compete there, and that is Melanie Horton. And and I was kind of disappointed when I saw she didn't make the list for women's physique. Maybe she should try women's bodybuilding. Maybe she would have got the list, but Melanie. I think Melanie's going to be doing the Masters Championship this weekend, I believe. Also, she's planning on doing Daytona, I think, next month, because Daytona now added women's physique open to this show, which is now it's not just a master show. It's also Olympia qualification. And and like I said, this woman is almost 60, and you can say she's holding her own. I think she said she wants to apply next year for the Masters. And that's the thing is that I hope she does. She deserves it. She works hard, and I think she's a great lady. I hope to have her back on. We could talk about her thoughts, how the show going. I mean, I would, I don't know. Right now I'm a little short on cash right now this month. It's the end of the month, and I wouldn't mind seeing it. But Melanie's pretty impressive. Look at her arms. Look at the guns. Look at the shoulders. Like I said, she didn't do as well in Tampa as she wanted. She did all right in the Masters division. She didn't win in her classes, but she, looked pretty impressive, especially for a woman almost 60. You know, a good chance that she could possibly, do well. Maybe if the right show, maybe get Olympic qualification. Like I said, I'm a fan of Miss Horton. I think she's a great lady. I respect her passion for bodybuilding. She's been a game long. She has. Like I said, not many people can maintain this level of hard work and dedication. And I hope she does get the opportunity to qualify for the Olympia. I think, like I said, it's just great. But I think I'm waiting for the list to come out, because I think I heard some women might not do the show, even though they were invited and they applied. I know it was a couple weeks ago I did a thing where I mentioned how Jennifer Taylor, who was invited, she's not doing the show because she's taking a step back from bodybuilding again. She's retired again. And so, we're special like Miss Taylor. Also there's the other divisions, there's physique. I think also women's physique, figure, bikini, fitness too. One lady who I follow, she's been posting because she's got invited. That is Tamara Vaughn. And Miss Vaughn, especially for a woman in her, gotta be in her mid 40s, and still doing fitness. Fitness is tough. Sometimes I don't know how these, I don't know how you do it. Jumping around and spinning around and doing all that. That could be a strain in your body. But still, she likes doing fitness. So but I wish her all the best. She's from Canada, and she's been in the game for some time. She's also been an Olympic competitor. Let me see. Put up Tamara. Here you go. Spelled it wrong. There she goes. And like I said, she's impressive. She's a mother of 3 kids. No, 2 kids. Sorry, 2 kids. Here she is right here.
Peak week. We are here at the posing party. We're putting in the finishing touches. The finishing touches on this package. These are my eyes. He's in the background. We are going to Romania. You just wait. Check out my poses.
Yeah, she has a nice personality about her. Great look, great physique. She's really, she's a great look, because I think she's mixed. You can tell, the look, you have. Here she is with another. Here she is right here.
All right, it is, I don't know, whatever day it is here right now. I made the decision on Friday, and today's Wednesday. So I made the decision on Friday to conquer one of my fears. Conquering another fear. Seems like August seems to be my fear conquering month. At least this is year 2 in the making. I am here at Tampa Family Fitness. I have reached out, and I am catching up with a beautiful, amazing friend, Janine Lankowski. And she's going to help me conquer fear today. All right.
Yeah, gotta be careful. At least 8 seconds. That's all I can give you. But yeah, she's conquering fear. She's hanging with Janine. Janine's a great posing coach, great lady. Yes, she's doing all right now. And she took a step back. Her new book's starting up, and I'm a fan of Janine's. She's very impressive. So but like I said, the list is a good list of ladies at this show. So we're gonna wish all the best. So we get here from man KL. He says, Ivy made it rain this weekend, huh? KL, your jokes are so, like you joke, KL, they're corny. Also, he says this. He says, I like Rashana's quads. She was pretty good. But there's some debate about the Texas Pro. Some felt that the person that should have won that show was possibly I think there's talk that they feel like Elisa Kissling had a better chat. Lisa Kissling, they call her the classic queen. She's a posing coach or whatever. There's some controversy about her posing as a coach. It's just stuff I hear from around the sport. But she is impressive. I did a video about her, how I think Lisa could be continuing bodybuilding. And she does a lot of the more, muscular poses a lot. If you follow Lisa, pull her up here. So here goes Elisa Kissling. And she looks pretty impressive. It's been 2 years since she last competed. And that was at the Olympia back in 2021, where she earned qualification at the New York Pro. And she's been, there's been stuff going on. She just, I think maybe she's still, I don't know. Good muscle detail. She does very more muscular poses than most physique competitors. Great look to her. How she'll place. If she gets an opportunity, I think at least a couple of shows. That's Olympic qualification for the Indy qualification. I think at least a couple more shows. Daytona's one. I think the show in Nevada, the Collegiate Sports Fest is also Olympic qualification, because I think they're going to end qualification for the Olympia by mid-October. You get September and that first week of October, because the Olympia is in November, that first month of November. So that first week of November. So it might end qualification by the middle of October, like they used to do when they had the when the Olympia was in December. But like I said, she looks impressive. Great muscle development. And you guys what you think about the classic queen? Get you guys' thoughts. But if she can, like I said, if she hits the right show, she can possibly qualify for the Olympia. This is her pose right here. Let's play the music. She's working with Nasir. Nasir, that's And then Nasir, he's Hal Trevito's coach. You know. Just good posing. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, my back. So this chair gets to me. She does very. She likes to do a lot of the classic male bodybuilder poses, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's good muscle detail. I think I believe she's in her early 30s, I believe, or late 20s. I'm trying to remember. She's still young. And she ends it off with most muscular. She really loves to do the most muscular poses. A lot of the physique girls don't do it too often, too much. But she does win $3,000 out of the show, which is a good chunk of change. She's having a couple of Big Macs and some fries. I think this is her with her family or her crew. Her mom and dad came there. They drove 14 hours from Florida. She also lives in Florida. I'm surprised she didn't do well. I think she felt like the Tampa Bay would be too deep. Here at Texas would probably be a better show. This is the picture here with her. This is she like I said, she loves really doing the more muscular poses. And she's also kind of cute. It's a nice back shot. This is the guy who won the show, who won men's Open, Andrew Jack. That's what that is called. His real name is it's something sounds. I think he's from Africa or something, Nigeria or something. And he won the show last year, the Tampa. But like I said, it's been since last time she competed was 2021 Olympia, and she was pretty impressive. I think she made top 10 in that show. Now, there's another young lady who competed in the show also. She's from Great Britain, and her name is Sarah Bradley, or they call her the small but mighty 220. And Sarah also competed at Texas, and she comes all the way from Great Britain. There was some people felt like she should have got. Now Sarah took fourth at the show. There's debate that she should have got a little higher. I don't know. Now she was pretty impressive here from the back. Good conditioning. She's also young. She works on a few things. So she probably could. I don't know. There's always that debate. Could she? Would she? Yeah. She has a lot of potential. Rahim says she needs to hit bodybuilding. Well, like I said, I know a lot of them should, but some won't. Says very nice back shot. Glad you like it. I think like I said, Texas Pro is a good show. Maybe next year, maybe if we can get set, like there was gonna be a show in Texas for women's bodybuilding. It was originally on the list for shows, but then it got dropped like maybe maybe a couple weeks right after the list was put out. Because you still had Puerto Rico Pro on the list and a couple other shows before they got dropped. He says, that's cool. She's working on her flips. Yeah, flipping and moving around like that is very important in the fitness division. Like I remember I did my interview with Anna, Femina, how she talked about how it's important for her to be, because she likes to move and dance around, and she's working on her choreography. I think Autumn Perari, Oksana's husband, he's working on that because he has a dancing background. But yeah, I think someone like Janine, who was also a gymnast before she, got into bodybuilding. It's good to get someone who knows the aspects of moving, flipping, and because that's important. That routine is very important. It's not the big part of your points. The big part of your points is the more of your your stage presence. The figure part of the physique of fitness, not as much as the presentation. It's just when you come out in your suit and how you look. Because it's only I think they said that when you come out in your suit, that counts a third for your points, and the performance is like a very small part of your points, but it does help if you have a good performance and a good body. That's why Missy Trescott does so good. But sometimes Missy doesn't, some say Missy does more flipping than she does any like real kind of dancing or moving. Yeah, I'm not a comic, so you try to do that, Joker. Well, okay, I'm not. I don't have a plan when I do my comedy. I just go off the cuff. I just because, like I said again, I'm a particular type of criminal, and you're not. So back to the Master Show. So I feel if we possibly who's going to win, especially in women's bodybuilding. I feel like it's going to be Rishana. It might be between Rishana and Leah. Leah has come pretty good in the past. She has cracked top 5 in some shows. Women's physique, as you know, let's see. Let's get the list for women's physique. I know Ivy Rain's there. I believe Barbara Majan and who else? I'm trying to remember. Let me see. Let me put women's physique list. Let's see. I'm going back. Let's see. Okay. Now, if we look at the list for women's physique, it says the classic queen is cool. The classical queen is cool. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's very impressive. There's some controversy about her. If you hadn't heard, some doing with, her being coaching people and not, doing her job properly. That's what I heard. Now, the list for women's physique is pretty deep, about 15 names. Possible, like I said, adults. See, as Bob Majan is no, Bob's not doing this show. I thought she's doing this show. I think Bob Majan might be doing the show in Spain. So that means that it's Carolina Alvarez dos Santos already got a qualification. Evie got a qualification. Jennifer Taylor dropped out. John Romero, she's come out of retirement. There's Lorna Grayson. That's a possibility. She does a lot of the master shows, very popular. I like Oksana. She looks very impressive. And there's Tanya Chartrand. Yeah. I know I interviewed Natalie Thompson, and I interviewed Miss Robin Mays, but I don't know. I don't know. It could go back to that time when at the Rising Phoenix last year, how Mr. Tyke took second to Annette Downing, and they said the listeners did not like that, because she won the show last year. They take a second to a much older competitor. But you already got your qualification. I said I wouldn't worry about too much about it. Then you have here fitness. I think it's between Tamara Vaughn and Stacey Jones, Stephanie Jones, possibly. I know, or Mina. But Mina, she's getting a little older, a little slower. I think she's just going to retire or switch it over to maybe figure or maybe wellness or probably physique. Then you have figure, out the gate, no question about it. Jessica Reyes Padilla. There's a couple ladies that look like they could be, but it's going to be Jessica. And you have bikini and wellness. And like I said, I don't know these ladies that well, so I'm not going to give a guess. But, assistive lineup, Here's what America says. She's a bit mannish, I'm just saying. How she's a bit mannish? You talking about class? Dude, she's not. I don't know what you're talking about, kid. She's not that mannish. Not, her pose is a little bit more masculine than most physique competitors, but that chick's not that mannish. She is a lesbian, so she's more the butch. But when you get her dressed up, she's very attractive to me. She's kind of cute. There's some women in the sport who are kind of a little bit mannish looking. I'm gonna look like they might like one lady to compete the show. She looks a bit on the she's a bit on the suspect side. And I'm gonna pull up KLAO. If you really, there was a debate that she might be, but compare her to Alisa. No, I don't think Lisa's at all mannish. Now, what about her? She's competing that's Vera Makarova from Czech Republic. Now, she competed at New York early this year, and this is going to be her second show this year. Last year she competed. I think she competed at the Portugal last year, and I'm surprised she did that show after she did New York. But I guess she felt like she wanted. Now that she's doing the master show, she felt like she got a better shot of maybe getting a qualification through masters than at a regular show. It's just. But like I said, you calling, well, like I said, there's those things to each their own, So, folks, it's good. Like I said, gonna be kind of a short live stream. I'm not gonna be on here much longer. We just come here to talk about. Truthfully, I think master shows should get Olympic qualification. But I think the thing is, they talk about how they have so many competitors, so many competitors. But the thing is, it's not with bodybuilding and physique and fitness. More competitors are in men's physique, men's classic physique, bikini and wellness. When you have promoters putting up 100 shows compared to 10 or 12 in the other divisions, it's just like like I said, that's why they got rid of the masters, the point system, because people get in show. But you got to think about it. That's 3 people per each division, and somebody might have 2 because some women don't want to get in by points. Even to earn the points, they may not want to compete in the show by points. But still, if you think about it, that's 3 people per each division. That's 30 people. When you have more promoters with more shows. The reason why the shows are long because all you care about the money about shows, but then you say, okay, let's cut the the point system. So okay, you're gonna have 3 people less. You're gonna have like 30 people less, but still, the shows will still it's gonna be a bit long, especially in the men's open division, the men's classic division, men's physique division, and the bikini and the wellness divisions. And long those, especially with men's classic, men's physique, men's bikini and wellness, those are quick turnaround shows. Those competitors don't have to work and put on as much size and get as conditioned compared to bodybuilders, to the men's bodybuilders and field bodybuilders, and even the figure women. It's a big difference. But it's a good something to debate about. And also, when you get to pro levels, why you still have to pay? I mean, it's unfair. I mean, you still got to put money in your pocket and pay to compete. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I say, I'm just outside looking in. So anyway, folks, I would, if I could, I would watch it. I think, as you know, Romania and the United States are on a different time zone. I'm trying to figure out what's the time zone. Between Eastern. Romania. See. So right now it's so it's like is 12 a.m. and it's like 11 a.m. in Bucharest. So it would be 4 a.m. 4 p.m. here in the States. So it's like about, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's like 9 hours. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's like 9 hours. So this is one nation time zone. So this is when it's 4 p.m. Just gotta pop in. You're kind of late, buddy, Ro.
I know. Bad area. No reception.
Well, we were just talking about, we just talking about how if should masters be, it said again, Olympic qualification, because you competed in masters yourself.
Yep.
And they said that how you gonna do it? Well, as long as you have different, classes. If you have enough, all you gotta have is whoever wins the overall in their class. Do it like the amateurs. Go for overall for Olympic qualification.
Yeah, they want to keep the Masters separate. That's why they're doing all this Masters Worlds, Master Olympia, all this other stuff, because they want to keep them separate. Well, at least that's what I've heard that they've been trying to do. So if you compete in a Master Olympia, you can't compete in Olympia.
But I know this Master Olympia is a qualification for the Olympia anyway now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's qualification for the Olympia. If you win it, you go to the Olympia.
Wow.
That's what I tried to tell your wife. She said that
Yeah, but again, what we talked about was they couldn't specifically figure out which age they wanted. Wanted to be 40 or 40 and over, or 45 and over. And by
well, they
the
went with
time,
40. Yeah, they went 40 and over.
yeah, and by the time they made that decision, and plus it wasn't in the cards for where she was in her prep, and her coach John, wanted her to focus on Worlds. So,
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but
that's
like I say, we were talking about how I think it might be between Rashada Boswell and Leah Denny.
yeah,
Because I like Donna, but Donna can. I don't know. Last year was the best year for her,
yeah,
but I don't think this year is going to be her year.
no,
Yeah, and I think I follow her. I think she might be. After this season, I think she's going to take a break.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Evie Rain just won uh the show in Texas. More likely, I think she's going to win the show here in the Masters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's either between her or another person. I thought Bob Majam might do a show, but she's not on the list. But knowing Evie, she's probably going to win it. She just got 15K from Texas from Sarah Vilga, so that's enough to pay for a trip there and back.
Yeah, but to where? To Romania?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but do you want to spend your hard earnings there?
And if she does win, she only get $10,000. So
Yeah, again, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
I did an interview with a lady who she's an MMA fighter, but she used to compete in fitness, and it was her MMA fighter that paid for fitness material stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, you make good chicken change in mixed martial arts. Her fighter was paying for her competing as a pro.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, but like I said, you've done masters before, and the thing is about masters is why y'all have to pay.
It's ridiculous. That's why.
I mean, it's understandable when you're an amateur, you got to pay, but when you become a pro, I think that should end.
Yeah. Well, that's not how the IFBB works.
Yeah, Gary Judas' show is going to be coming up next week. He's doing both. He has both the Masters championships and the North American Pro Qualifier.
Oh, yeah. Gary making money hand over fist.
Yeah. I mean,
But yet, again, that's another master show that you do that everybody puts in the pot, and then we'll just split the pot up, how many people competing in the class.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make it? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it just makes no sense that they do that.
As well as I do, that it doesn't make sense the stuff they do in this sport. How you put this money into it, but you don't get much out of it.
Nope.
Yeah, I think like anything like um, I think like I said, as a competitor, you should know that if you pay your pro card every year, you should get like I don't know some kind of benefits or something.
Yeah, nothing. Donut. Zero, nothing.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you do the history on sports, like all sports, like the USOC, NFL, NBA, MLB, when you turn pro, you're a pro. And besides your union dues, if you're in one of these federations or one of these leagues, your union dues, which benefits you in the long run when you retire because you're getting something out of it. And once you retire from the IFBB, that's it, nothing. The IFBB have made their money off of you, but have you made any money off the IFBB is the question. And 9 times out of 10, not a lot of people are making money in this industry just because the higher ups are the ones who are really making all the money. Let's keep it 100.
Yeah, and then you have to pay sanctions to have the shows. Like, that's one thing why it's so hard for women's bodybuilding, because, if there's no one to pay the sanctions for them to have the shows, and they can't get money off of it from the shows, you know, it's just crazy.
Yeah, but this is what we talk about, year in, year out. When there's no unionization when it comes to this sport, and no athletes, no platform for athletes to speak up and talk to change things. It just, I thought you were gonna put it in the middle. It's just that this is that sport. This is the reason why the IFBB is so different than other sports. All other sports is because you're paying to play. I'm like, what? Like open, you're not. But if you're a master, you're paying to play. So it's like, okay, then why give me a pro card if I don't fall under the same guidelines as open? So why give master pro cards out? Why they do it, we know why they do it, is because they make money off of it. Because they make money off of giving out all those pro cards at master, North Americans, and all these other shows, just because guess what? They know that a year in, a year out, to keep that pro card, you're gonna pay in, another $275 or whatever the case may be. But you're also paying for the shows that you're doing, still like you're amateur. So again, my question is, why give out a pro card thing?
Yeah, and some women, some don't want to do masters, especially it's tough now with the point system gone. It's a lot harder for those women to get qualification for the Olympia if you don't have the point system that helped out. Some people call it a crutch. They can use that excuse, say, "Oh, too many competitors." But then we have promoters. When you have like 100 bikini shows and 1,000 men's open bodybuilding shows, you can't blame it just on maybe 3 people for each division. That's 30 people. You still have like more than 100 so people.
Well, and that's where that's where, like for years, as we talk about this, amateurs and MP junior national and stuff, everybody, like they gave 2 pro cards out in each class, like bikini and figure and all this other crap. But, you can turn pro as amateur if you're a bodybuilder, men or women, at, junior nationals. At some of these shows where like at every show, every junior national or national show, bikini, and I guess even wellness now, men's physique, classic physique, they give out 2 pro cards. Well, of course, the classes, pro level and open level, are going to be overflowing with athletes just because that's what they're doing now. Years ago, after I turned pro, they would start giving 2 pro cards out at nationals for bodybuilding. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, do I really want to be the person who came in second and got my pro card? Not really. What does that really say? Not unless it was super close. Because I was posed that question, by Dave Palumbo. Well, how do you feel about now that they gave 2 pro cards? I go, when you're a 4-time runner-up at nationals and USA's, how the hell do you think I feel? When I've been working so hard to get this pro card, now they're just to me, it's like the NFL. There's only a certain percentage, and I suppose bodybuilding, there's only a certain percentage of people who actually turn pro. But again, at the end of the day, with that being said, there's privileges to getting drafted or being a free agent and making a team, and which we're at right now during the last preseason game in the NFL, where there's going to be a lot of unemployed damn people, come this last week of football and looking for jobs and stuff like that. But there's benefits to it, but they're not paying. No guy is going to the NFL. No guy is going to an NBA camp. No guy is going to an MLB camp and saying, "Hey, if I give you X amount of dollars, can I play?" That's not how it works. No. They're paying you to come out. They're paying you during training camp. They're paying you during mini camps. They're paying you during OTAs. But this sport in particular, you're paying no matter what. As soon as you turn pro, Tina turned pro, and we've talked about this before. As soon as she turned pro, the next day they're like, "Oh, you can do the pro show." Yeah, but then guess what? You're dropping another 270, 250, 275 on a pro card. They're not stupid. "Oh, you want to do the pro show the next day now that you're pro? Go ahead." That's that. They get more money out of you. That's all. They get more money out of you.
Yeah,
So
that's how
it's
money makes the world go round. That's a man here. This is from man XA Gucci 23. Hello. Hey XA, shout out to him. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, I think it can be frustrating. You put this time and money in it, and then you don't get much out of it like you deserve. But it looks like a decent show. Still wondering why I have it all the way in Romania.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say like this: maybe next year, it make more sense to have it attached to the main Olympia, and then competitors who are 40 plus who wants to compete in that should have the opportunity. Like to do with Chicago and Tampa. They do the master shows first before they do the open shows.
Yeah.
And get it out of the way. And the competitors who want to compete in the open shows and the master shows should be allowed.
True. But that's the thing. I mean, it's like if you're gonna have Master Olympia, just do it at the Olympia and do it like spread out the event. Like you add an extra day.
Yeah, you can.
That's not what they do. So I mean, I guess the question is, I wonder how much a ticket is. How much does it cost to fly over to Romania?
Let me see. Let me jump on here.
$1,400. Says she looked up last time she looked.
Let's see. Cost. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. See if I can see to Romania. Let's see. We got a lot of good prices here. See the cheapest flights. Well, if you go to Budapest, that's like over $2,000. And the place they have the Romania at, that's 2,500. That's you can find some cheaper flights, but I hope these people are stacking the chips.
Yeah. I mean, then you gotta say, if you don't have a passport, flight, hotel. I mean, the question is, what do they pay for? Do they pay for anything?
I don't know.
I mean,
well, like I said, it's up to these competitors. I think some might have. I'm waiting on the list. They hadn't, even though it's invitational, they might have to reboot it because some ladies might have dropped out because they couldn't make it for either expense reasons or anything like that. So I think they probably post it later this week, and then I'll do a video about it. I'll get a video before, but I'll do a video announcing the show. Hello? Well, I think he's going in and out, but I think he's like he's on the road right now, folks. There he is.
Comes out tomorrow. Comes out on Tuesdays.
Yeah. So they'll probably update it and see if anybody is going to be on it, who's going to make it. Most definitely, like I said, Alvin Ring got $15,000 to burn. I don't know. It's crazy. But someone told me that Sarah is going to be part of that new Triple O thing with Andrea Whitney and Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I know she's filming. She's partnered up with Mannion Jr. and another promoter to do some other stuff. That's why the purse is so big in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because her husband, he has deep pockets. He even take a lead jet to the Olympia every year. Wow, you got to fly economy class.
Yeah, for real.
So, bro, I'm not Go ahead. What you about to say? No, I was waiting on you to say because I was about to say something, but you kind of stopped midway. I think connection is, you know.
Yeah.
But go ahead and say what I say.
George's talking to me.
Yeah, go ahead and say what I say.
Oh no, I'm just saying, it'd be interesting to see, I mean, here's the thing. It's like you have this Master Olympia. It'll be interesting, like I said, to see, hey, do they pay for anything? What do they pay for? Are they doing the show to get, I mean, like, there's a lot, I know people who are getting ready for Master Worlds and getting ready for the Master Olympia. I just want to know what they do to help the athletes. That would be the biggest thing, the athletes to say, well, I'm willing to help or willing to pay somebody to go over there, but what are they doing to get athletes over there? To draw athletes over there? Because I know the last meeting I had with Alina, she's like, even over there, the master class, like a lot of people just don't do master shows. Well, a lot of people don't do master shows because a lot of people don't want to pay. If I'm a pro, I want to play. I want to compete as a pro, and not have to pay like an open competitor. A pro card's a pro card, or quit giving pro cards out. Which we know they give a ton out. They, like we said earlier, they give a ton of pro cards out. So it's like, all right, you're giving all these pro cards out, but again, my whole thing is I don't believe that I should have to pay to play if I've earned that right to get that pro card, and I'm paying the same amount as here's the funny thing, you're paying the same amount as a person who wins a pro card in open class. The same thing. So why should the criteria change, or why should it be any different? It's the question.
Like I say, it's about money, and other than that, it's just they don't care about you athletes. Y'all put in more the risk and you get a little of the reward.
Yeah, that's it's unfortunate. Like you said, the risk versus reward. The athletes that we've seen falling, trying to push themselves to the edge, hoping. It's like I had a particular client. He's like, people like get this pro card to feel relevant. Well, if that's what makes you feel relevant is getting the pro card. Okay. But at the end of the day, my whole thing is I want to get a pro card to be able to compete in the shows, and if I'm paying the $275 to get a pro card, I shouldn't have to go to Gary's show and say, okay, guys, we're gonna all pitch in. Let's 5 or 6, 7, 8, whatever, how many guys or girls for that matter, compete in this class, and then we'll just split the money up that we paid Gary already. And of course, he's always gonna make himself off a little chunk of change too.
Yeah, that's how it is. He's one of the couples. He's part of the part of the family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The powers that be.
Yeah. Oh, I saw this. I was just hopping on IG for a bit, and I saw this. This is nice. I'm gonna post it real quick. I think you can show it to your wife. She might like it too. Andrea Shaw.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that would love to see that on a magazine.
And the sad thing is, like, most magazines, publications are online now, so you can't go to. I used to go buy the Muscular Developments because when I was sponsored by them, and the articles they wrote, but everything's online now.
Yeah, it's not hard copy, especially for us Schmo fans who's old school. Everything now is online.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, like I said, paper is becoming a passé form of entertainment. You can go online, play video games and stuff like that. I think in Texas now they don't have any librarians anymore. So that's how it is. Yeah. Well, bro, we're not gonna hold you much longer. I know you're spending time with the family and the kids.
All right, bro.
Yeah. It was good
I'll
for you
be
to come
on
in.
time next week.
That's all right. Yeah. And also happy early birthday to your lovely wife.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday. When's your birthday again, Tina?
31st.
31st. All right, so that's next week. All righty. Be on the lookout. I might send you something.
Thanks, buddy. You're the
You're
best.
welcome. Nah. Anyway. Anyway, I wish y'all both best of luck. I appreciate y'all time. Hopefully, good luck to is you got another couple more weeks till Rising. So I wish you best of luck there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I might even watch it and do a live stream on it. So just show my support.
Yeah, and I'll be there, George. So like, if you want to like, after prejudging, we want to talk and like do something like after like, do a stream after prejudging, let me know. We can do something like that as well.
Okay, that's cool. We can do like a live stream of the finals. So we can have a little
Yeah,
like
like we
a
like
prejudging
yeah.
conversation. All right,
Oh
we'll
yeah.
set that
We
up.
figure we can talk about what we're seeing and what's going on.
All right. Well, I do appreciate you, bro, and I wish you and the
All
kid
right.
enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Best of
You
luck
too,
to you.
bro. I'll talk to you next week.
All right. See you next week. Anyway, folks, that was my man Big Keith and his lovely wife. Her birthday is going to be August the 31st. So anybody, if you follow Tina on social media, wish her a very happy birthday. It's coming up. I wish her best in the upcoming at the Rising. Hope she does well this show. Anyway, like I said again, the Master Show, I feel like it should be the Master Show should be part of the main Olympia. You can stuff it in between the amateur show and the open shows. You can do like this. You can have the amateur shows usually 2 days. You can have it that Monday, that Monday, Tuesday. So the master shows in the middle on that Wednesday. They had a little press thing. You had a little press thing on Thursday, and then you have the main shows Friday and Saturday. Sunday. I mean, it's you can do it. But it's about money. It's up to Jake and how he's gonna go. But anyway, like I said, I thank my man Keith for coming in here last minute. Shout out to him. Shout out to Raheem Hamilton, KL the Wanderer, Balls Deep who came in. Also man Exit Gucci 23. Guys, like I said, we got a show coming up. I'm wait till they post the rest of the names, see if everybody's coming there who's gonna make it, and I would do a video on it. If not, like I said, let's leave it as it is because it's an invite. But if there's some changes, people who dropped out or because pretty much it's already the ones who already got invited, those are the ones that are competing. There's a good chance we might have lost some bodies because the cost of traveling from wherever they're staying at. If you live in like some of these competitors live overseas, like people like who's Vera and a couple others like Jay Fuchs, Virginia Sanchez. I think Ramona for them a trip from Romania to Romania from where they come from, it's maybe like the cost for somebody traveling from New York to LA, just about. But for us in the States, we have to have a passport, this, that, find a place to stay, going to another country. That's a lot of stuff. I mean, I hope the show does well, and I hope that they do bring it and make it the mainline part of the Olympia. But I think one reason because you have the amateur show there, so they want to be a pro-am show. That's why they're doing that. That's because because the pros, the amateurs pay, and that's where they get the money from the amateurs, where they pay for the pro-ams. So anyway, folks, appreciate you coming through. Thank you. Thank you for listening, talk, and share. Comment, subscribe, support the sport of bodybuilding. And if you're someone out there interested in supporting men and women's sport, reach out in junior interests. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. And reach me on our way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I don't know. Have a great week.